Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Cowboy Crunk coming to you live from Kabul, Afghanistan. The Crunk Show. It is our first official Sunday pregame, getting ready for these Carolina Panthers, aka Carolina Panties. And I didn't, I did really didn't I really didn't expect to be talking like that, but hey, man, the way these Carolina Panthers guys are coming across on the YouTube channel this week, they deserve a nickname. If the Cowboys can have or the Cowgirls or whatever they want to call us can have a nickname, then rightfully deserved. They get one too. Hey, what's up? Game day finally, guys. It is going down. It's true. It's real. It's no joke. Um, as long as the weather holds up, we start on time. What's up, guys? How you doing, Lucas? What's up, buddy Johnson? What's up, Grady? How we doing, guys? Is the volume and everything okay? I'm trying to get in as close as I can here. I've had a little bit of trouble, and I apologize over the last week for this situation with the volume and stuff like that. I got that worked out. I thought it was the microphone, and it wasn't. It was one of the cables I had. I had it hooked up wrong. So, got a hold of my technician, which is Cowgirl Crunk. Some of you guys know Cowgirl Crunk a little bit. You guys may have seen her on right before I left, and she does a lot of stuff for me, man. It's good having a good wife, a good lady to have your back all the time. So, anyways, want to go over this. I will be going back and forth when the Giants game starts. I want to stick with that mainly, but during commercials, I will be going over to check out the Patriots and Texans game just a little bit. But really, for the most part, I want to talk about the Cowboys. Get ready for that game. What's up? What's up, Armando? How you doing, brother? So I want to go over mainly go over the Cowboy game and what we think is going to happen with that, what to expect, and also to check out the Texans because you guys know we have them like week 4, so that is rolling in. I think week 4 or week 5, something like that. But that's going to be a big game for us. And as you guys know, a lot of people are comparing Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson and all those things, and I don't think there's a comparison. Two completely different quarterbacks, and if you ask me to pick the one of the two, I would pick Dak Prescott 7 days a week, and on Sunday, the second Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, D. Will? How we doing, bro? Hey, today that is the key to the game. Um, the hot boys are going to get in there, and you know what? I can tell you this. I really think the way those guys are clicking, if you listen to them talk in the locker room, I don't think they care about how many sacks each person has. I think they want to work this as a team. They want to get in there, and man, they want to get in there and just cause disruption. If Demarcus Lawrence doesn't get one sack all season, but collectively, they get 60 sacks, I think, Demarcus Lawrence will be happy. He'll be like, hey, the hot boys got 60 sacks. And that's really the way they're talking. Uh, you talk to Demarcus Lawrence, and he does nothing but talk about Taco Charlton, and uh, I'm hoping, bro. Dorrance Armstrong, they had a lot of good things coming out of him on camp and all of those things. So hopefully we'll get those guys in there, and I'm ready for Week 5 already. I can't wait to see. I hope I hope uh, I hope David Irving comes back, and does what he's supposed to do, and that'll help us out. That'll elevate the line even better. So the hot boys are going to get after it. That's going to free our linebackers up, like I've been preaching all week. It's going to free our linebackers up to just disrupt the backfield as well. We're going to see Jalen Smith be more aggressive. They're going to let him play more downfield. They're going to let him do a little bit more. As you guys know, we're going to be blitzing, I think, a lot more. We didn't blitz hardly at all in the previous 2 seasons. We're going to be blitzing quite a bit more and taking risk on on the offensive or defensive line. Uh, it's just crazy for us to talk about defense, guys. You know, we jump on here and everybody's talking about the defense, and that's what did Joe say? Joe said McCaffrey is quick. They better watch him. Yeah, and that's the good thing with us having. If our line can dominate the way we're expecting, and we have Jalen Smith and if we have Smith and Sean Lee, you know they're they're kind of going to keep McCaffrey there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to have two guys basically shadowing him, forcing him to run up the middle. And if we can dominate the middle, if Darius Armstrong can help us in the middle, if we can lock down the center of the line, I think we're going to be okay. McCaffrey is is a very quick, elusive guy, but I think we can shut him down. I think he ends up with about 75 yards rushing, and if we can hold him to 75 yards, I think we'll be doing a good job. You know, could be better than that. So we'll see. But it's so awesome to get on here and and be ready to watch the game and be excited about defense. I mean, that's been a while, guys, right? You know, last year it was kind of we wanted to watch Demarcus Lawrence. It was Demarcus Lawrence, Demarcus Lawrence. That's what we talked about. This year, you know, the game is coming on, and we're excited to see the whole defense. So that's a real big thing to me. Yeah, I'm hearing. You know, we haven't seen much action. Joe, good comment. I doubt LVE will be active. You guys know we haven't seen much action out of him because of I guess he's got a tender groin still. Those things can take a while to repair. Uh, but look at it, guys. We're deep. We're pretty deep at linebacker. We've got a really good linebacking core. I think LVE could help us today. But if there's not a reason to use him, if we've got guys that have really stepped up, like Joe Thomas, you know, and Covington. Well, Covington is sorry about that, but if we've got the guys that can step in and cover for him and let him rest, you know that's what we'll end up doing. So hopefully we can get him some time. Doesn't matter who we want on defense. When Sean Lee is healthy, teams don't score. Yeah, uh, very strong statement, and I agree. But man, we've got a lot of weapons around Sean Lee now that we did not have. So even if, you know, this is the situation for me, and this is the reason we did this, even if Sean Lee goes down for some reason, I think our defense is not like it was last year. You know, I think we're a lot stronger on defense, and if we have an issue with Sean Lee, then I think we're okay. Uzi on D, more DJ Moore, Crunk. What's that? I'm not understanding that one. Dude. Oh, yeah, Awuzie will be playing today. The Hot Boys are ready. Yes, bro. We gonna hear that all day. The Hot Boys are gonna be all in their ass, and that's gonna free up our linebackers to shut McCaffrey down. It's gonna be a really good game, guys. Like I said in the post, I'm expecting 27-13 or maybe 27-10. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think our offense, our style of offense really benefits. I think our style of offense really benefits preseason, or not preseason, these early games. Our offense is fairly simple. You know, it's a running game. We're going to run the ball when we can. If we need to throw the ball, we're gonna we're gonna try to keep Dak out of position, where he has third and 12s, third and 13s, you know, third and eights. We're going to try to keep it to third and short. If we can keep it to third and short, our offense will look a lot better than these offenses that have played earlier. And the games we're about to see, the teams that rely on this passing games, they're going to have some difficulty moving the ball. It's just too early in the season, you know, unless they just step up against horrible defense. The, the the teams that concentrate on passing the ball, and that's an objective of theirs, they're gonna have to build some continuity. It's just a timing thing. Like I said, I told you guys before, I played college basketball for a while, and played on a traveling team in Europe. And if you didn't play for a week, just a week, your rhythm was really off. So the rhythm, the quarterbacks have got to retain that rhythm, and you just can't do it in preseason. It's not possible. Let's see, Anthony. It's been raining a lot in Dallas. Yeah, I saw the game is in Carolina. I'm on the game's in Carolina. They had yesterday. The I saw the excuse me. Where's my phone is up there. The uh, the MMA was last night in Dallas, I believe. So, do you think Looney and Williams can hold it against the the issue with Joe? Good question. The Cowboys 30, Panthers 10. Hey, I'll take that all day. I hope, but we'll see. Looney and Williams, that's a big thing. Looney and Williams are actually going head to head with their two best defensive linemen. Uh, the Panthers had two um, Pro Bowlers on their defensive line, and I had their names here written somewhere. McCaffrey, Hot Boys, Randy Gregory, starting left tackle. Uh, Starting left tackle, I will say the starting left tackle for Carolina is on the injured reserve. He's going to be out a couple weeks. So we will see. Here we go. I got it. Cowboys pull out. Did not select. Man, where's this at? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Sorry, guys. That's old notes. I keep my all notes here because a lot of times there's references back to stuff that I have to check on. Yeah, Durante Poe is one, and the other one is career. Oh no, Kanan Short. Kanan Short is the other guy, and both of those guys are Pro Bowlers. And like I said in the video I put up last night, best thing for them to do is hand the ball to Ezekiel Elliott first play of the game, and just shove that ball right behind Looney and Connor Williams, and test those guys. Tell them, hey, we're gonna the first series we're gonna put the ball behind you guys, and Kanan Short and yeah, Dontari Poe. That's the two guys, and I want to put a little weight on Looney and Connor Williams and just tell them, look, man, we're not shying away from it. First play of the game, we're going to run right behind you guys. We want to see, what we got on the line. And now we might have to go away from that. I'm not saying do it the whole game, but run the ball right at those guys and see what we got. Test it early so we don't, so we know to either go to it again or we need to stay away from that. Do it a couple times. Um, but I think our line will be fine. Especially with the blocking schemes are quite a bit easier to handle than the pass schemes. So we'll see. Uh, I'd love to see 175 yards out of Ezekiel Elliott. The thing is, no single running back has put up more than 100 yards against the Carolina Panthers in 20 consecutive games. So they have 20 consecutive games without allowing 100 yards for one running back. Rico gets a TD. Uh, I think so. I think there's been a lot of talk. Been a lot of information and going around about Rico, and I'm telling you guys, this stuff gets back. This stuff, especially since they kept him, and it's kind of hit ESPN. A lot of the ESPN guys didn't expect for him to make the team, and that's why there wasn't a lot of discussion about Rico. But I think Rico Gathers is going to get tested today a little bit, and I think every time he's been tested, he's shown out. So I think it's going to be a good thing. Don't know to run first play of the game, throw the ball first. Yeah, I know everybody wants to see the ball fly, but you guys know Gud one. My only thing with that is Ezekiel Elliott is probably the only player on the team that has not touched the ball once yet. He has not taken a snap. That dude is hungry, and if you don't hand him the ball the first play of the game, bruh, I mean that dude, I can guarantee you he's gonna go off once he touches it. Let's see. Well, McClay said back in the interview in early August, Rico would make the team and would get his chances this season. Yeah, I recall that as well. They said he would be given the opportunity, and he, you know, I told you the morning. If you guys, I don't know if any of you were on that morning. The morning he got in trouble for, he got arrested for the marijuana possession. I made a video. I was a little depressed because I've been following the guy, I've been pushing for him. You know, like I said, I'm from Texas. I played basketball. I've actually played a game on the court in Baylor, there where he, you know, that was a million years ago. But anyways, uh, and I had to check on some. Please, all these NFL commentators every different year, new team, new players. Don't go by last year's stats, 20 years stats, and different day. Yeah, it's a different day, a different game. I agree, and we're a completely different team. But back to the Rico thing, I did do a video. I was kind of depressed. I thought they might let him go because of that. And I thought about it for about an hour, came right back and made another video and said, no, they'll end up keeping him. You watch. Because no one wants to release a weapon like that and allow him to walk away and go to another team. I need to get a little closer. I'm too far back from the camera there. Um, and can't see the computer. Everybody knows the boys are a run first team. Panthers will be ready for Zeke. They ain't ready for our unproven wide receivers. Yeah, that's true as well. I'm hoping I'm hoping that works out for us today. You know, we have a well-rounded scope of receivers. If you talk to anyone, even all the Cowboy fans, one person thinks Beasley's going to be the top receiver. Somebody else thinks it might be Terrence Williams. I haven't met many people that thinks Terrence Williams will be, but some people are pulling for Hearns, some are for Gallup. Some are saying Tavon Austin is going to light it up. So that's what the Cowboys were looking to do. Uh, you know, they wanted to bring our offense onto the field and have the receivers walk out there, and the defensive backs are looking left to right. Hey, where do we, who do we cover? Who do we focus on? And that's what they wanted to do, and that's what Dak likes. Dak's like go through his progressions. If it's not there, throw it away. Go through his progressions. Progression one, two, three, check down, throw it away, and that's fine. So I think the beginning of the season, this first game or two, we're going to see a lot of Cole Beasley and a lot of Terrence Williams because they have that continuity built within, Dak Prescott already. He's been working with them a while. So that's just my idea to play it safe. That's who I think they'll go to, and he'll be looking at. Who's going to be McCaffrey's spy? I think it'll kind of be if our if our defensive line handles the situation the way I think they will. I think Jalen Smith and Sean Lee will both be able to kind of shadow him and keep him contained and keep him up the middle. He is quick. He will hit the middle quick if there's a hole. So we got to make sure there's no gaps in the center and make sure when we do rush, when those defensive ends do, especially Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence, when they come wide, they got to make sure that Cam Newton or McCaffrey don't get inside that and then cut off of it. So they're going to have to hold their lanes and penetrate and keep Cam Newton and McCaffrey in that little pocket. Do you think I should set Michael Gallup on? Man, I don't know, dude. I really don't do. I don't do fantasy at all. I just don't. I don't think any of our receivers are going to put up numbers that would be. I don't think any of our receivers are going to put up numbers that would be really favorable to like a fantasy situation. It's just because I think they're going to throw the ball around. They're going to spread it out. They're not going to have any receiver. I don't think they'll have a receiver with over 800. I think we might have two right there at 800, or maybe one at 800 and a couple at 700, and then a couple at 500. It's going to be really a wide open crapshoot for who Dak throws the ball to. And you might see Gallup have 100 yards one game, and the next game it'll be Beasley, and the next game it might be we might not have we could go all season and not have a receiver hit 100 yards. Tavon Austin, I think, may, but that's just because he's more of our big play guy. Uh, so if he catches two catches, he might have two catches for 90 yards or three catches for 100. So uh, we'll see. Um, Batista, what is this? Oh, is that's some wrestling? Oh, no, 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 no. Where we at? Rico Gathers will be the boys' secret weapon all season. Boys 24, Panthers 10. Hey, all of us are creeping right around that. All of us are creeping right around that same score. 27-10, 24-10, 27-13. That's what I've been hearing. I really think, you know, just to touch on, just to touch on real quick. Mark Holmes put out a video. It's on his Vimo, and it was hilarious. And it wasn't particularly Mark Holmes being hilarious. It was more the ESPN talking heads, that he calls them, and it really was funny. If you have Vimo, go over and check it out. And they had like a panel there of like, and I can't recall everyone on the panel, but they had a lady running the panel, and she was picking the teams, and she had the Cowboys going 5-7. Uh, no, 5 wins. I'm sorry, 5-11, and the other commentators had us going 7-9. It was ridiculous. And the other teams they had up there, the Saints going. They had Chicago Bears, if I recall correctly. Chicago Bears having a better season than us. San Francisco 49ers having a better season than us. And there was a couple other teams that were just ridiculous. And they were talking about how horrible, our defense was last year, and how we were supposed to be horrible again this year. I mean, you could take that video and seriously throw in the garbage. It made no sense. You're like, obviously these people have done no research at all. They're just up there talking smack. Hey, what's up, Omar? How you doing? Jonathan Guthier. How long will it be before Chris Richard becomes our head coach? Game two. I'm kidding, man. I think it'll be. I'm hoping next year. Uh, well, actually, I'm hoping 3 years, because the reason I say that is maybe we'll pull the Super Bowl out of here in the next year or two, uh, or I really think we have a chance this year. And the thing is, if we have to change coaches in the middle of the season, that means we're probably out of contention. You know what I mean? That if we have to change coaches by game four, that probably means we're like 1-3. Or maybe a 2-2. And I don't think Jerry Jones is going to pull the trigger at 2-2. So I'm ready to see Chris Richard be head coach. If not, I'm hoping. Uh, yeah, he's very fiery, Jonathan, and everyone agrees on that aspect. Haven't heard anyone that would disagree with that. Hopefully, though, he can influence NFL Network. Yeah, that's what we were just discussing. NFL Network said we're going to go five and win 5 to 7 games. Sorry, yeah, that's outrageous. If that happens, I will tell you, Brian Bradford, if that happens, we will change coaches before we get to game 7 or 8. And I can tell you, I'm sure with Chris Richard there coaching the defense, that put Jason Garrett even more of on the hot seat. Because when you got a guy in the office that's doing his job, doing an amazing job, he's got the guys fired up, he's doing what he's supposed to do. You got a guy in the office like that, and your office starts having trouble. You pull that guy to the side and you say, "Hey, uh, we might need you to step in here and help us with something. We might need you to take the office over. Would you be interested in the head coaching job?" And what it would take him 2 seconds to make that happen. And I think if that happened, Earl Thomas would have been here earlier, and we wouldn't be playing with this Earl Thomas shit anymore. Which you guys know that pretty much is over right now. Um, I don't know if you guys are fully in scope with the full Earl Thomas thing, and I don't want to talk about that very long because I'm really pissed about the way the Cowboys handled it. Seattle played us. Seattle played Earl Thomas, and now the situation basically uh, pretty much it's over. And the reason I say that, if you guys don't know, uh, Seattle had the option to fine Earl Thomas one point. It was like close to $1.8 million. I'm gonna turn this damn lady down. I can't handle that. Uh, and yeah, that's another thing. I discussed that earlier. If they start pitter pattering around, I almost said something wrong, but if they start pitter pattering around and Chris Richard don't like and is not getting what he wants from trades and not getting what he wants to keep this defense together, he'll walk because Chris Richard is not going to put his name on a defense where he doesn't have the players and the like this Earl Thomas thing. I can assure you, Earl Thomas is pissed off the trade didn't happen, and he's also pissed at the Cowboys for not reaching out there and making it happen, because he came to them, he told them, I want to come to the Cowboys when they kick me to the curb, and basically he forced them to kick him to the curb. He held out. He did his part. The Cowboys were supposed to make that trade happen. Now, the fact that Seattle asked for too much, what is too much? The thing is, if Khalil Mack went for two first round picks, Earl Thomas is sitting home saying, I'm worth one. Give up a damn first round pick and come get me. And and the Cowboys didn't. So I can assure you his statement that states, he's thoroughly disrespected and he won't forget. I'm sure he's a little upset with the Cowboys as well. Now, like I was saying with the situation with the fines, all of those fines could have been assessed by the Seattle Seahawks. Those weren't fines by the NFL. He's only fined by the NFL once he misses a regular season game, which is this Sunday. He's playing today. Uh, yeah, they offered a second round pick and they didn't take it. And Earl Thomas is saying, dude, I'm worth a first round pick. You guys said you were coming to get me. I held out. I did what I was supposed to do. The thing is, he went back. Seattle did not fine him. They paid him for preseason. They paid him for uh, they paid him for preseason. They paid him for minicamp. They paid him that complete $1.8 million. They could have fined him. They paid him that. So the fact that they paid him that, he feels obligated now to play his best, do what he can for the Seattle Seahawks his last year. So the only way this is going to go down is if Dallas starts off horrible and Chris Richard demands we go get Earl Thomas. But that will only happen if Seattle starts off horrible as well, and they figure, hey, we might as well get rid of Earl Thomas. He's leaving. We can get a trade for him now. And if we start off 0-2, or by then they will wait for the Seattle game. I don't think us playing Seattle game 3 has that much to do with it. I'm trying to watch the chat box, guys, but this Earl Thomas thing, as you guys know, I've been on this for a long time, and so we should have wanted to grab it for this. Six that Earl Thomas will have interceptions, so it's not comparable. Um, but anyways, guys, that really the Cowboys really screwed that up, and then Seattle fixed the problem by paying him that money. They could have fined him. They didn't fine him. So when they did that, they kind of, how can you be a disgruntled employee when you miss 3 months of work, but they paid you? And they said, look, come back to work. We're going to pay you for the 3 months you missed. Just finish the season out. Now, the only way it's going to happen is if Seattle's not playing well, and the Cowboys would have to not be playing well also, because the Cowboys aren't going to go looking for Earl Thomas if we're 3-0, or now if we get to 3-0 and Seattle's 1-2, we could be looking at a trade. They may come and say, hey, if you guys still want Earl Thomas, the Cowboy game is finished. We played you guys. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I know I start talking about Earl Thomas and the chat room says, "Hey, we're done with that shit." But really, it's a very very complicated situation, and that's why it's gone from it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. But the Khalil Mack trade really changed things because that right there was put on front page news everywhere on ESPN, Cowboys blog, Seattle news. Everything was not Earl Thomas, Khalil Mack went, you know, was traded to Chicago for two first rounds. Immediately, Earl Thomas is going, well, shit. If he's two first rounders, I'm at least a first rounder. The Cowboys need to finish this up, and the Cowboys still won't do it. And the fact that they didn't, I can assure you, that statement, Earl Thomas is slightly pissed at the Cowboys. Everyone is directing that statement at Seattle, but the Cowboys didn't do their job as well, or it would be done. We should have got Honey Badger. Yeah, see that's the thing, Jonathan. We didn't look at the. I did a video a few days back that explained the whole thing. It's about an hour long, but really, we didn't look at the Honey Badger, Kenny Vaccaro. We didn't look at any of those guys. The reason was, if you remember when Earl Thomas came to the locker room and said, "Come get me," we have not looked at a safety since that day. There were safeties on the market. We never looked. We never tried. We never mentioned it. When a safety would hit the market, you would expect, oh, we're going to hear the Cowboys are trying to get him. No, they didn't. They didn't talk to nobody. The reason was we told Earl Thomas we'd come get him if we looked at those guys. If it was even mentioned on the news that the Cowboys are possibly looking at the Honey Badger, Earl Thomas would be like, dude, I told them I'm holding out. They said they're coming to get me. This was all lined up from that day. That day really changed everything. The Honey Badger would have been awesome, dude. He's making next to nothing. Brother Crunk is truly the Randy Gregory relapse last month, and Adam Schefter reported it today. I had no concept of that. I have no problem. Are you serious? Randy Gregory. Oh, Randy Gregory. I'm sorry. Jesus shit, man. uh, no. Randy Gregory. Shit. Hold on just a second. Where are we at on this shit? I have nothing. No, Randy Gregory. We trade Taco Charlton and second round pick, and we'll get Earl Thomas. Randy Gregory need to be cut. I have heard nothing about Randy Gregory and a relapse. You're gonna have me check something now real quick. Let me. I won't be able to respond to some, but I will check. Let me check on something, guys. Let me check on something real quick. Oh shit. Randy Gregory will play regular hold and defense line. Randy Gregory, Riggedy 2 on Randy Gregory. This is Jesus shit. What the hell is this, dude? Where I don't know where you got this information, but I'm checking it right now, and there is some suffered a relapse in August, could face NFL discipline. Shit, man. What the hell is this? New details emerge on punishment facing Dallas Cowboys superstar 11 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. Wow, man. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Hold on just a second. Shit. Yeah, dude, this is really, really quick breaking. Everything I have, well, I just pulled up in the last hour. Let me see what I have in the last 24 hours. But there are quite a few of the legitimate. Randy Gregory suffered a relapse 11 minutes ago. Son of a bitch, dude. This is well, that's something we need to look into. Um, I definitely think it's too long for them to do anything today. I'm sure he's still on the active roster for today's game. We might end up getting a small taste of what we're going to miss all season. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Hey, what's up, Hulk? How you doing? Hey, sorry I missed you in your video this morning. I was checking that video for sound and quality, and I saw that you were saying what's up, and I missed it. Yeah, it looks like we might have some issues with Randy Gregory. Bruh, crazy dude. I'm floored right now. I just can't believe, you know, what a relapse means. We don't know. Obviously, it means a relapse. Um, Jiminy Christmas, man, this is crazy. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump off because I really want to look into that. And I want to notify some of the guys that I keep in touch with. I do have 36 people in here. Hey guys, please like and subscribe to the show. I will be going live again 10 minutes before the uh, 10 minutes before the Giants game. I will be going back and forth from the Giants to the Texans game just to check on Deshaun Watson because we do have them about game 4 or 5. I'm going to jump off real quick, shoot some messages, and um, check on this Randy Gregory thing. So we'll all do some research on that, and we'll get back with you guys as soon as 10 minutes prior to the game. I think it's in like 2 hours. So you guys hang in there, and man, if anybody has a chance to slap the hell out of Randy Gregory, uh, man, yeah, not very smart. Some things I just don't understand. So, all right, guys, take care. I'll see you, like I said, right before the Cowboys or the Giants game. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna do some research.